Jelly scrolling on the iPad mini 6, is that a thing? Have a look at this video. We're filming the whole video in 60 frames per second to try and match the refresh rate of the display and hopefully show you the effect as you see it in real time if you're actually holding the iPad mini. Lots of people are talking about this issue, as they're calling it. The reality is, of course, that all cheap LCD displays that are running at 60 Hz will exhibit some sort of refresh issues. What seems to be happening here is that the right-hand side of the display, as you look at the iPad mini in portrait mode, is refreshing slightly ahead of the left-hand side of the display. So this difference in refreshing times across the area of the display, that's not unusual. And people refer to this effect as jelly scrolling. And this apparently affects lots of devices. I've had people telling me that Samsung devices are affected. I know other manufacturers of phones and tablets are affected. And quite a few people saying that existing iPads do this and that even the iPad Air Generation 4 does the same thing and nobody's complaining about it. Well, I have an iPad Air Generation 4 and I can tell you it does not do the same thing. It does exhibit the same kind of refresh rate issues, but it's not the same effect as we perceive it. What I think might be happening in this case is that the delay between the areas of the display is just at that point where it generates an optical illusion, if you like, for the viewer, and we get this kind of wavy effect. Now, of course, you don't spend your time scrolling up and down pages like this, but you can still see the effect if you're slowly scrolling, and in that case it just sort of looks like the text is just slanted off to one side. And some people have said they find this a little bit nauseating. Do you need to be worried about this? Is it a fault? I wouldn't say it's a fault. It's a product of cheap LCD displays. You know, Apple has to cut corners somewhere to produce a device this powerful for £480. You're not going to get the same screen as you get in the iPad Pro or the more expensive models. So you need to set your expectations accordingly. It's not a bad display. I think in my review I said it was perfectly fine. It's an adequate display. It looks nice, the colours are good, sharpness is good, but it does have this scrolling effect. Is this something that Apple can fix with a software update? I'm skeptical about that. It's possible that they could adjust the timing just to, which won't get rid of the jelly scroll effect, but it might get rid of this very specific optical effect that we're getting with the wavy lines. Really, it's a hardware issue. It's down to where the controller for the display is placed physically in the device, and that's not going to be fixable unless Apple bring out a new version of the iPad. So if you've got an iPad mini 6, have you seen this effect for yourself? Does it bother you? If you haven't seen it before, now you can't unsee it. I'm really sorry about that. Of course, we're all within the return window. If it really bothers you, you can send this device back. But I honestly think for most people, this won't be an issue. And it doesn't change my review of this device that I did earlier in the week. I think it's a really good new iPad. There's a lot of performance here. It's a really nice form factor and the upgrades are really good. Just a bit of a shame that Apple didn't catch this in their testing and make an adjustment. But there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments section anyway. Thanks for watching. See you next time for some more geekery.